Ian, we just missed out on a pretty good topic because, you know, we're lazy and can't get out these videos on time. So
We're too busy sucking our own penises.
that could be taking up some of the time, maybe for you. I don't know. I'm not as flexible, even though I've been doing yoga for like 10 years. But there was a Nintendo Direct that had some cool stuff like that. That Kirby like arena fighting game, actually pretty damn fun.
Yes.
More details on Super Mario Odyssey, including a bundle that we predicted that's going to sell all the bundles. That's going to sell all the systems. That's going to make all the monies.
It's gonna make
That's going to
yeah.
And it's coming out already only a month away, end of October.
Right.
So which is insane. But there was a couple of shockers that were announced that people were like, and so, that was Doom. The 2016 Doom, people were like, oh, the 93 Doom? No, not the 93 Doom.
I'm okay with that, though.
It would have been cool, but that would have been a big surprise.
They poured it to everything.
Yeah, so but that wouldn't have been a big surprise. That would have been like, oh, great Nintendo, you're making money off a 25-year-old game. But Doom 2016 and the new Wolfenstein game that's not even out yet.
So this, if you lump this in, I mean, we don't need to dwell on this a ton because I guess it's older news. But if you lump this in with the LA Noire announcement from Rockstar,
I'll dwell. What if I want to dwell? What are you gonna do about my dwelling?
I don't know. Tell you, it's a little disheveled.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Ian. Oh, wow, that hurts hard. Actually does.
I'm joking. So what's interesting about this when you tie it into LA Noire? From Rockstar getting its re-release put out on Switch as well as PS4 and Xbox One, and now Bethesda coming not only with Skyrim, Doom, and Wolfenstein 3D. So great, you're seeing this third-party support from big third-party developers. Now, okay, LA Noire is a remake,
7-year-old game, but still.
Remake of a 7-year-old game, but you know, so it's technically newish, and it's newish enough that they're putting it on everything.
Sure.
Just for sake
new
of
for
argument.
Nintendo consoles.
Well, and it's new still for PS4 and Xbox One because it's a remake.
And they're adding in all the extra packs and stuff.
Right.
Remastering it.
Skyrim's not new for Switch, and but still, hey, it's neat that you put it there.
I haven't played it. It's new to you.
Right. Doom. Older game, fantastic fucking game, and the idea that you can take it on the go.
It's not older; it's a year old. I mean,
but I'm just saying, it's already out. It's
current gen at least.
Right, we're still not seeing them. There's a light at the end of my tunnel here.
I know. I'm playing the devil's advocate, the Doom advocate,
the Doom advocate,
the Hellspawn advocate,
advocate Doom. So it's an older game, or a year old. They're still not taking like that huge risk of developing something specifically for the Switch, but it looks nice and it runs nice, and they're still putting the money into porting it. Wolfenstein 3D, the new Colossus, is the one that is most interesting to me because that's a current game that has not been put out on any system yet. That's Bethesda supporting Switch with an actual new game that is also coming out on PS4 and Xbox One. To me, that shows more faith in the system than re-releasing games for the system, especially if that system is already known supposedly for being easy to port to.
Mm-hmm.
So you're taking a bigger risk.
Let's get it out of the way first. Yes, this is going to be about 30 frames, not 60.
Oh, of course.
It's a handheld system at the end of the day. So to think that it would come close, well, it comes a little close. If you look at the footage, it's like graphically that gets the job done. This isn't like a port that you're turning down from super high to like low when you're playing a game on the computer. Like it's not that big a difference, especially if you're playing on a small 720p screen. You're not going to know the difference, really.
Well, and when you counteract it with the fact that like you are Pale Norm, the gaming historian, and
your pal, not mine.
I don't know someone else, and I could sit there and LAN party Doom in a hotel room. I mean, these are the benefits. These are the trade-offs.
That's to me what people are starting to rediscover about handhelds not being totally dead, and they weren't. The 3DS has done well, but Nintendo, I think, sort of found this spot that they were probably aiming for, but maybe it took us a little while to discover. It's like, holy shit, they're gonna have party games of AAA titles potentially, or like you said, you can travel around with them, go to conventions, go on a plane with someone and play them. You can't do that with other systems.
Right.
You can't do that with the PC.
It wasn't like until Norm and I actually did it at.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah,
You did it well.
Norm and I do. It wasn't until we were at a video game con and Norm and I busted out my Switch, like literally sitting at
I hear you're a Switch.
the hotel bar on a Saturday night, and we just start playing all the different fighting games. And I think we're getting a little off topic, but just like talking about the LAN thing, Nintendo shook in our face all the things that we could do with the system.
And no one
But until you actually
yeah.
have it in your hand and you start doing it, and you start seeing the natural way that happens, you don't realize how cool it is.
Yeah, the advertisements were just the 25-year-old hipster parties on the rooftop playing all these handheld games, but they weren't doing like parties of them with multiple. It was just, okay, we're all playing Mario Kart on a single Switch. So it's like, okay, that's cool. This is cooler because this is, like you said, multiple people with their own Switches playing Doom against each other, like potentially 4 people or maybe even more can link up. That
you can already do it with Splatoon.
So that hasn't been
mistaken.
So before the Switch, unless you go on to get out your Link, have your Link party, Atari Lynx party with all your cables to link up and play 8-player California games, hasn't been done before to this extent. Especially with games like this, like you said, you can get in other consoles, and yeah, you can play them multiplayer, but you're not playing those on the go like you are with the Switch. And plus, you can also play it at home. So I am now interested in playing Doom on the Switch more so than the PC, just for that factor. That if I'm traveling, we can play together, or someone else that has it potentially. That to me is a huge positive that at least wasn't hitting me over the head before. Yeah. I'm just surprised to see that come out. Not the fact that it's a violent game, but yeah, 30 frames. If it looks even half as good as the other consoles, did you see the gameplay? It looks pretty damn good to me. It looks good enough for a handheld.
60 frames per second is great. I'm not going to lie, but I played decades of games at 30 frames per second, and as long as 30 frames per second is locked in, I'm fine with that, given the nature of the Switch's hardware.
Sure, you don't want thing to blow up in your hand. You know, the thing to like catch on fire. You know, like an IM 8-bit Super Street Fighter 2 Super Nintendo cart. What I love though the fact that people were actually positive. Like people weren't just bashing Nintendo, saying, "Oh, rah, rah." Like people were like, "Holy shit! I can't believe I'm seeing Doom run on this at 30 frames and look pretty good." Like it was mostly positive.
Well, I liked the little phrase going around. It was like 2016 Nintendo is doomed. 2017 Nintendo has Doom.
Yeah. Hey, I got a semi-viral tweet out of it. But people say Nintendo's doomed and finally they're right. But it's true. But it's true. So, but that's important. Like you said, though, Wolfenstein New Colossus, brand new game coming out. And if that looks almost as good or as good as you can get on a Switch, we have a game changer, I think. You might be able to, I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure, but what if you get someone that has it on the PC and plays on the PC, but also wants to do it on the go, carry it on the go? Maybe they now are a Switch customer and they weren't before. Maybe they assumed that the Switch would just be first-party games and no AAA titles that were on other systems. And now it's like, oh shit, there are some I could take on the go. This is a big win for Nintendo. That we were skeptical about what was going to happen because the Wii U, the third-party support was non-existent just about. But the confidence that we're seeing so far, it warms my heart because this is like, okay, this is what the Wii U should have been in terms of third-party support, and obviously it never got there. But now with a portable, it's getting there.
Well, and I'd like to also point out that this is... some people are like, well, yeah, you know, Wii U had some, you know, third-party support with ports early on, but not ports of this caliber. And like I said, once again, New Colossus is not a port, but, you know, we weren't getting Doom-level caliber ports on the Wii U. We were getting...
stripped down Call of Duty games, you know, shit like that.
Well, I'm talking about on the Wii U, and we were getting, you know, Ultimate Editions of Batman Arkham City. And you know, it's not like we were in Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. I mean, stuff that wasn't selling, you know, that game wasn't even selling well on other systems. There was no demand for that to come out on the Wii U. Some of
this is the one posted by Nintendo World Report TV. I have no idea what channel it is. But like I said, all the comments are pretty positive. The high one says, I can play Doom while my girlfriend watches their shitty ass programs. God bless Bethesda and Nintendo. You got to be shitting me. I know it's 30 frames per second, but damn, it looks good. This is so effing impressive. If someone told me in January that I would be able to play Doom on the Switch, I would have laughed at them, but here we are today. Day one buy. Get real, people. I'm a hardcore PC gamer, but even I have to admit this is looking like an excellent port for the Switch. Compared to where we were a few years ago with PS Vita, Borderlands 2, wow, we've come a long way. The gap between console and handheld gaming is closing fast. Frame rate is nowhere near as important as frame pacing. A solid 30 is better than an unsteady 60.
Yes, that's my argument right there, is that I'd rather have a steady locked-in frame rate than something that's unstable.
Good point by this person. The HD Rumble must feel so good with those weapons. Potentially, that could be really cool.
Potentially.
What's so interesting is that this is the first time I saw majority public sentiment now sort of turn the corner on the Switch.
You know what would be interesting?
And not just totally shit on it.
I wonder if they would toss in motion control.
Why not?
For
as
aiming.
an option.
I'm just
when
wondering,
you're playing on your TV, why not?
no, like the Splatoon
shifting?
type.
Okay.
Just because, like, for aiming. Just wondering, because Vani wants to play Doom so bad, but like she's getting better with that. But like with Splatoon, she's awesome. But she does her aiming with the tilting.
One person,
I'm like, I wonder if it could open third person or first person shooters up to people who are more comfortable with like different control schemes. That's
going to be my issue. One person did say with the Joy-Con, it wasn't the best using that as like a mouse on the right. So this probably would be something that would probably be better with the Pro Controller versus this. I mean, it probably plays okay, but yeah, you want the Pro Controller at least.
I play Splatoon mostly on the handheld, and I've gotten used to using the right stick. But
it's not ideal, right?
Right.
It's not deep enough. It's responsive.
The Pro Controller is way smoother.
Or bring a mouse and plug it in some your Switch. That'd be cool. Can you do that?
They may have a hack box or something. I know they make them for PS4s so that you can plug mice in.
Like I said, I'm just amazed at that sentiment. And then the same this won't be a full topic, but the NBA 2K18 was revealed. I remember when that was announced, people were like, well, this is going to be a stripped down version of the game, the same way the FIFA one they initially announced. When you look at the comparison of the graphics between the Xbox One, PS4, and the Switch for NBA 2K18, the graphics are not bad. It's like you can live with them.
In certain instances, they look better than others, but the gameplay on the court looks pretty good, I would say.
Again, you're going to be closer to 30 frames than 60. That's the big thing. But you can live with that. I think if that's what you're used to, and you're accepting that it's on the Switch, which is an inferior processor than the big ones, Xbox One S and a PS4 Pro, I could live with that. I'm just looking at there's a great IGN comparison that is doing it almost shot for shot, as close as they can get comparing it. Good enough for me. Like I said, good enough. It's portable, right? That begs the question, though, especially for stuff like the Doom, though, is that I think they said like multiplayer, you have to download that option separately if you want that. So we're really going to get into the space limitations pretty quick when it comes to these bigger end third-party games, I think.
Oh yeah, no, this is absolutely the what cripples the Switch right now. They're going to have to release
an updated version.
Another version that has a fucking big kid's hard drive on it.
You think so?
And I'm going to have to go out and buy a fucking insane sized micro SD card.
Well, you're going to have to at least probably buy like a 128 gig SD, which fortunately doesn't cost a huge amount, but yeah, it's just that extra cost you got to put in.
Yeah, but if these are going to start demanding installs the size of the installs that they want on a PS4 game,
or
like I mean, if NBA 2K18 wanted 32 gigs, that's gonna fucking add up real quick.
Sure. So maybe we'll see in a couple of years from now the Super Switch or the.
And Doom is huge. I'm sure it's not going to be as huge as the PS4 version, but Doom was a 57 gigabyte mandatory install.
Mandatory.
So
you don't think that they can fit a chunk of that on the chip?
Oh, I'm sure they can, but like I said, that was when I mean, my copy of Doom. Was it download? It was download, but still, it was a 57 gigabyte download. So
I'm actually excited for this. Like I will pick up Doom on the Switch just so when we go to conventions we can bother Norm and gang up on him and kill him. Oh, and also play on the Switch too.
Okay.
We can do that.